of the pieces you're going to be able to put around them. And you're going to have to be able to put some shooters around them. And I also worry about if LeBron is going to be willing to defer a little bit to Anthony Davis. He's not your prototypical big man. Can he shoot the three? Yes. I don't think he's a guy that's going to shoot 7, 8 threes like a Kevin Love or Chris Bosh would possibly do. I think Anthony Davis' game is a little bit more of a mid-range. He mixes up a little bit. He'll post up and do some other things. So I think that's something LeBron, I mean, those two will have to figure out is will LeBron be willing to defer to Anthony Davis in more of the half-court set where LeBron's really ball dominant, likes to come off the pick and roll a lot. And don't get me wrong, that'll be a great pick and roll, him and Anthony Davis. But he will have to defer a little bit. That's why I say it's not the greatest fit. It's a good fit. Anytime you can add those two guys. But both of those guys need three-point shooting around them, to me, to be effective.
What do you think would be, for Anthony Davis, the better fit for the short term and or the long term? But let's focus on the short term right now. Playing with LeBron in L.A. or playing with Kevin Durant in New York City?
Short term, probably playing with Kevin Durant. I think because Kevin Durant right now is in the prime of his career, playing at the highest level. I think Anthony Davis is playing at the highest level of his career right now, too. The one thing I worry about with those two, who would be the point guard? I think Anthony Davis is a guy that needs to play with a point guard. You look at how he played with Rondo, and I know he had very good years without Rondo, but I thought with Rondo, that was probably his best year, to me.
He developed that pick and roll with Rondo. Yeah, you can see his offensive skills.
Right, so with KD, and KD's obviously played with, obviously Russell Westbrook, obviously Steph Curry. He's played with a point guard. So it would be predicated on what type of point guard you can get to play with those two guys that's going to make sure that ball is distributed the right way. But obviously with KD, because he's right now in the prime of his career, where LeBron's on the back end of his career.
And I also believe that combination. So if we're looking at things we need to add, I like you saying him and KD, but you need a point guard. But you don't need a superstar point guard.
Oh, no.
What is easier to find? A knockdown shooter that him and LeBron will need, because LeBron's not a good enough shooter to build space to court for AD. You got the sniper in KD. I believe it's easier to find up a facilitator, a veteran point guard to build play with them in New York than it would be to be able to find an elite scorer that's going to play with Anthony Davis and LeBron. So I do believe AD is a fit either way, but KD is younger. And I just believe that the vibe in New York, how they're trying to do things right now, I might be the only person in the history of TV to say this. Right now, the management they have in New York is more consistent and better than what they have with the Lakers. So moving forward, if I'm AD and KD in New York City, I know that's hot. I know it's hot for a long time.
And real quick, we're sorry to interrupt, Jenna, but that is for the Knicks. That's their dream scenario, correct? That is the ideal pairing that they could have. Obviously, their whole offseason is built around signing Kevin Durant.
But their #1 move this offseason is Kawhi Leonard and KD, because no compensation for Kawhi. Plan B or plan A, #2 is Anthony Davis. Make the trade for him and pair him with KD.
Durant or KD, I would imagine, for them. But you would imagine be KD and Anthony Davis.
So if we're looking at the Knicks and the Lakers, let's just keep it there at destinations for Anthony Davis. Who do you think can offer the Pelicans the most? Who can make a better offer?
Well, can I lay out what the offers would be, and you can tell me what you think's better? Because for the Knicks, it's very simple what it is for both parties. It's their lottery pick where both teams actually got a little lucky. The Lakers got very lucky in the lottery. The Knicks got a little lucky in the lottery, even though people thought they got unlucky. That wasn't the case. For the Knicks, it's the 3rd pick, which you would imagine would have to be R.J. Barrett, Kevin Knox, Frankie Ntilikina, Mitchell Robinson. That's the most they can offer. Maybe they try to only offer 2 of those guys, but let's assume it's all 3. For the Lakers, it's the 4th pick. There isn't a player that you say you know is going to go #4. Cam Reddish, some people like him, some people are scared of him. His percentages and his injury. Darius Garland, he only played 5 games for Vandy last year. Very good point guard. But the #4 pick, whatever you would do with it, plus Brandon Ingram, Lonzo Ball, and Kuzma. So the 3rd, Knox, Frankie Ntilikina, and Mitchell Robinson, or the 4th, Ingram, Ball, Kuzma, which, if you're David Griffin, all things being equal, is better for the Pelicans as you try to rebuild around Zion Williamson?
If I'm David Griffin, I want to do a deal with the Los Angeles Lakers. I would like Ball on my team. I would also like the 4th pick, and Depending where you rate your guy. I like Cam Reddish because shooting is a premium in the league. You're playing with Zion Williams. You're playing with a guy who's going to need some three-point shooting. So, and you got to think about the coach that you have. Alvin Gentry's a coach that likes to shoot the three. So you can add a guy like that if that's the 4th pick. I don't know. We'll wait and see how that pans out. The Lakers also have another piece. I may dig a little deeper and say, hey, I throw in a Josh Hart, a guy that can be a good complimentary guy to come off the bench. But I like the ball because now I got me a point guard. I think for Zion Williams to be as good as we know he could possibly be, he has to play with a willing, passing point guard that's going to get him opportunities in the open court, who can defend, and a prototypical point guard that's not going to shoot that much. So I think Ball fits that really well. So that's why I'm David Griffin. Out the 2 deals, I'm taking the Lakers deal. And
that West Coast, the Pelicans have the opportunity immediately to put a great defensive team around Zion. Ball at the point, elite defender.
Yes.
Drew Holiday at the point or at the 2, elite defender with great size. And then you have Zion, who's going to be a great defender. That great defense leads to transition. Now you got your young guys.
And you can take a big. I mean, take Hunter. You can take Hunter from Virginia. It's other guys.
With the 4th pick, DeAndre Hunter from Virginia.
You're going to get a player right there, whatever you feel can fit in that spot, too, as well.
It's going to come down to how much you care about R.J. Barrett versus the rest. If you love R.J. Barrett, if you think R.J. Barrett could have been the #1 pick, was going to be the #1 pick of the draft, if not for Zion and Ja, then the Knicks offer's more attractive. If you like R.J. Barrett but aren't in love with him, then the Lakers, because of Ball and the pieces, and what we've heard that Alvin Gentry, if he has any say in this, all the reports have been Alvin Gentry likes the idea of having Lonzo Ball, then it tips into the favor of the Lakers.
All right, Antoine, stick around. Take a break. Coming up, are the Toronto Raptors a lock to win tonight if Klay can't go? That's next on First Things First.